What happened in Black Forest the day two women were shot and killed? That is the question Black Forest community hopes will soon be answered.
This week, a judge decided Kenneth Langford will go to trial. Langford is accused of killing his wife, Terry, and another woman, Carol Fowler. Deputies also say he shot Fowler's husband, Tom, who survived. KRDO News Channel 13's Bonnie Silkman was at the preliminary hearing and got new details about what happened the day the women were killed. She brings us that story new at noon.
It's the question that's on everyone's mind here in Black Forest.
It's kind of a shock. The main reason that went through my head personally was like, why? What was the connection that they had with not only his wife, but with the family that he also shot?
Why were these two women murdered that day in November? One was the suspect's wife, and the other seems to have been a stranger.
He had to have a motive to do it, and whether it was revenge or anger or hate.
The Fowler family says they've never met this man, Kenneth Langford. Langford told deputies he shot both of the Fowlers, Carol and her husband, Tom.
I think it won't bring closure to those families because they did lose loved ones, but I do believe it's a step closer to putting him where he needs to be.
In the preliminary hearing, deputies shared Langford's description of that day, saying he says it all started when he and his wife Terry were at their home on Burroughs Road when they heard a knock at the door. Thinking it was the police, deputies say Langford told them he and Terry ran upstairs to hide since he's had some trouble with the law. Langford told deputies his wife then got upset and reached for his gun. After a struggle, he says Terry was shot and died in her own bed. After that, Langford told deputies he wanted to find the people who knocked on his door. He says he followed a car and at some point ditched his own car and began walking, eventually leading him to the Fowlers' home.
I'm glad he's getting a trial, and I'm glad that the families hopefully will get some resolution out of this. And it will also help us as a community.
As details on what happened that day begin to unravel.
As soon as they find out what it is, and if he tells us, I think all of us will be better knowledge of why.
The hope for resolution only gets stronger. In Black Forest, Bonnie Silkman, KRDO News Channel 13.
Now, during the preliminary hearing, deputies also testified that Langford admitted to using meth and smoking it the night before the murders. Langford is scheduled to be arraigned in June.